Namaste, everyone. This is Dr. JuJu Love. Today, we're going to do some breathing exercises because it could really help in so many situations, especially, today we live in a world that's very stressful. It causes a lot of stress. And whenever we are in stressful situations, our body cannot differentiate between physical real stress, like something that is real threat to ourselves, versus something that is just a situation like not a real threat, but it's just something that just gives us stressful feeling. And that's what today's society, that's what gives us stress most of the times. Nobody's really having all days of real threat of your life is being threatened. It's more like a feeling of stress, feeling burdened by situations that feels like we are under some kind of attack. But it's not, if your boss yells at you, it's not like you're going through a life and death situation where you have to run away from, but it still promotes that kind of feeling some sort of danger. So your body is going to react in that way of producing, stress hormones. And under stress, your breathing patterns start to change. Your breath becomes more shallow, and then it also becomes faster. So you have this faster, shallow breath, which creates this sympathetic nervous system reaction, which is our fight and flight and even freeze reaction. So then that just self-perpetuates more and more, and the longer you stay in that state of shallow breath and breath becoming faster, and then even heartbeat races, and it just stress continues on, and it'll create more stress and even anxiety. So today we're just going to learn how we can consciously change that situation of stressful moments, whether it's anger, whether it's feeling anxious or worried, all these things, frustrated or even rage. And out of all the autonomic nervous systems, breath is something we actually have conscious control over. So breathing is autonomic. We even if we don't think about it, we naturally breathe. But under stress, our breath alters from the natural breathing, like comfortably breathing. It becomes shallow, fast. And sometimes when we're under stress, we even hold our breath. That's just totally not a very good thing for our body, because at each breath we take, we not only bring in oxygen that's needed for our body, but it also brings in our life force energy. In different cultures, yogic tradition call it prana, Chinese medicine, China, Japan, Korea, and other Asian culture call it qi, ki. These are all basically denoting, it's the word for that life force energy that actually animates our being. So we're not just hunk of flesh and bones, but we are actually alive, and we experience life and conscious life, and that is through this prana, through this qi. So when we breathe, and especially through our nose, it really promotes parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and relax. So we are stressful too quickly, we could switch that by changing our breath consciously. So I just want to promote some of these exercise we can do, and it's really simple. I'm not going to do like a recommended full set, because they make it a little bit too long, but just to give you an idea how easy it is for us to handle any stressful situation. Of course, if there's imminent danger, you want to remove yourself from those kind of situations, but for day-to-day usual normal sort of stressful situations, you could totally manage those things through your breath. You can manage your feelings, emotions, by altering your breath consciously monitoring and consciously using specific breaths to calm yourself from stress, to promote more feeling of relaxation. If it's anger, it could also cool that raging fire that's creating that kind of discomfort as well. So three different breathing exercises I'm going to show you. And first is purifying breath. And then second is 2-1 breath breathing. And then third will be cooling breath. So without further ado, let's begin with our purifying breath. So purifying breath, as it sounds, is going to help you purify. And purify what? Basically all the negative emotions and things like that too, but most importantly, it actually purifies our lungs. So it's a forceful breath, and what it does is, mechanism-wise, it's going to forcefully remove any leftover, like breath that took in, and then the air they inhaled. But if you don't fully exhale, it's going to get stuck in residue. And also our lungs, if we don't exercise fully, we just kind of use upper portion and not really use the full capacity of our lungs. So we're actually going to promote that full motion, the motion of our inhaling and exhaling, especially because a lot of times people are more caught up, more people have more difficulty exhaling fully than inhaling. Inhaling is easier than exhaling fully and getting rid of all the unused portion of air and being able to bring in fresh new air, so that the next breath comes in will utilize fresh air rather than recycling this unused the stale air that's already sitting in your lungs. Okay, so we're going to breathe through our nose the entire time. So if you have a hard time breathing out, exhaling through your mouth, you may want to just cover your mouth so that you use your nose, because when we use our nose, it promotes parasympathetic nervous system. It activates parasympathetic nervous system faster. So how it works is you inhale through your nose, and then we're going to contract our diaphragm really quickly and fast, and just exhale like in a burst. And during your exhale, you're going to actually make this sound. So I'm going to show you, and you just do your best to practice with me. I'm going to do 8 counts and inhale and exhale. So follow through with me and just watch and do it with me. So inhale and exhale fully, but I'm going to show you. So you're going to go like that. So it's going to contract really fast, and you're just going to let the air diaphragm just go contract and go up into your thoracic cavity in your chest, which is going to push up into your lungs and just help forcefully exhale, remove the air that's still stuck in your lungs. Okay, so let's start. Oh, and after you exhale, you just allow your breath to just go in naturally. Inhale just becomes natural without sound as you just relax your muscles. So that was it difficult, easy? So let's do it again, one more set. And let's do this 11 times this time, okay? And now just let your breath happen naturally. Just relax your muscles and let your next inhalation and exhalation just become natural, and just do it through your nose. Great. So this purifying breath is really great for clearing all kinds of gunk that's happening in our body. And if you practice regularly, it's just really going to help your whole body system become more functioning in much more optimal state, because you're bringing not only oxygen is necessary ingredient for our life, and every cell in our body needs that, but also you're bringing this life force energy and forcefully exhaling and allowing your body to breathe in fresh new energy. You're just going to be radiating. And so this purifying breath actually means shining inner radiance. So your head becomes clearer, and you become you could think more clearly, and you'll be more focused, and your life will be just better. So this is a great practice. I like doing it in the morning when I wake up, or even before I go to sleep. But it's also extremely beneficial to do this before you're doing other exercises, especially doing some specific breathing exercises, because you're purifying your system and then you're incorporating something new. So our second breathing exercise is great for stress relief. And this is extremely simple. It's literally as simple as 1, 2, 3. And 2, 1, it means you inhale for one, whatever the amount you set for, and then you're going to exhale double the amount of inhalation. And it also is because oftentimes, I mentioned earlier, we have more difficulty with exhaling air fully than inhaling. So when we are under a lot of stress, by exhaling fully, consciously, through inhalation and exhalation, we could really promote this feeling of rest and relaxation versus stress, fight, flight, and freeze. So whenever you feel anxious, nervous, stressed, even angry, use your breath, and you could do this for about 1 to 3 minutes. And once you activate and breathe this nice deep slow breathing consciously, you're going to notice a drastic difference from how you felt versus how you feel afterwards. So let's begin. And I'm going to use 3 counts to inhale and 3 counts to exhale. And we're going to again use our nose to inhale and exhale. And if you want to, you could actually use this mantra of let go. So with every in-breath, you let the air, the prana, the universal life force energy to let it in. And then you let go of whatever is not serving you, whether it's your negative emotions, whether it's worries, or even physical pain, you just allow it to go, flow out. So let's begin. So I'm going to count to 1, 2, 3 inhalation, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exhalation. Ready? Okay, so that was 2 to 1, relaxing breaths. So I hope you felt some difference from before how you felt before we started this breathing and after. And this really is something you could do even when you don't feel stressed, just so that you allow your breathing pattern becomes more focused on exhalation, because we naturally breathe in, but a lot of times we are stuck on exhalation. So especially when those of you who have difficulty breathing out, exhaling, then this is a great exercise to do this every day, whenever you get a chance to do it for just even 1 minute. And that's going to really help you um, teach your body to exhale fully, so your in breath becomes a full capacity each time. With every breath, it's not only just shallow up here, but we're going to breathe in deep fully and exhale fully, because you're emptying everything out. Okay, so that's a really one of the greatest de-stressing breathing. And third is cooling breath. And weather being hot, summertime, it actually physically cools your breath, cools you too. But it's also extremely great breathing when you are like that, when you have this anger rising up, and it's going to cool off that heat that's rising up from the inside. And it's called Sheetali breath. And it's kind of fun breath. And we kind of, I do believe that even before I knew yogi breathing, I was doing something similar naturally. If I ate something hot, like we go, and that's kind of the same idea. So this one, we're going to actually make our tongue like into a straw, and we breathe in through our mouth, but we're going to exhale through our nose. So you're going to roll up your tongue like a straw, and you're going to breathe in through that tongue, rolled up tongue that's like a straw. And that's actually, that breathing in through the small pipe is going to actually cool the air as we breathe in. And then you just exhale. So we're just going to do this about 5 times, but you could do this like 10 to 15 times in your normal practice. Okay, so kind of stick your tongue out and roll it up, and we breathe in and breathe out, okay? So I hope that was really helpful. That the cooling breath is actually fun, because if you're angry and if you happen to be sticking your tongue out and breathing, maybe it's pretty comical. So maybe people start laughing, maybe you start laughing, and maybe the anger will just subside. But anytime when you have negative emotions and some um, stress creeping up inside of you, just take a moment and tell yourself, okay, I'm just going to take this moment. Instead of reacting right away, I'm just going to take this moment, breathe, and just assess the situation. And as you breathe, your head is going to be clear, and you are going to be aware of what the healthiest, most positive response that you need to do in that situation. So it's going to be beneficial in every way of your life. Okay. Well, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you practice this as often as you can, because we can, they say we can live without food for like a whole month. We can also live without water. Is that right? Water for like we don't need to eat food for like 30 days, and you survive. You can survive without even drinking water for like a whole week, but you can't live without breathing for like not even a few minutes or several minutes. So breathing is the most essential part of our life, and that's what gives us life, gives us this spirit, because that's why we call it inspiration, right? Inspire, we breathe, we bring in the spirit that is our inspiration, meaning inhalation, inspire, and exhalation and expiration. And that's like our spirit kind of living. And if you, I don't know whether you believe in spirit, but when we really truly take the last breath and the whole entire complete exhalation, when that happens, that's our death. And so in some sense, we exercise micro living and dying with each breath. We bring in our life and we exhale our life out again, and we practice living and dying every moment. And when that moment comes for our final breath to be released, that's going to be the end of this particular lifetime. If you believe in reincarnation, then you may come back again in another body, but that will be the end of this physical being's journey on earth. But while you are here, let's utilize make the most of it by being conscious of every act, every thought, every word we utter, everything we do, every thought we have, every emotion we carry and feel. So use your breath. Breath is your friend. Namaste, and I'll see you next time. If you like this video, please make comments and like it and do whatever you need to do. And if you also want to know or learn something that you really want to know about, then make a comment and I could see whether I could bring that to you. Okay? All right. Have a great day and see you next week. Mwah.